Hello, and welcome to the Thoughtful Realtor in Sacramento. I'm your host, Meriam Hansen. Today, I'm sharing a simple, clear update on the Sacramento real estate market for March 2026, based on what we saw in February across Sacramento, Placer, and El Dorado counties. We'll cover three things: what the market is doing overall, what's happening in the mid-range market, and what we're seeing in the luxury space. Let's get right into it. Here's the simplest way to understand the market right now. We are moving towards balance. In February, median prices across the region held relatively steady. Inventory increased slightly. Homes are taking a bit longer to sell. In Sacramento County, the median price is sitting around the low to mid $500,000 range. Across the region, most homes are taking about 40 to 55 days to sell, depending on condition and price. And inventory is still tight but improving, at roughly 2 to 2.5 months of supply. Here's what that means. It's no longer a frenzy, but it's also not a slow market. It's simply becoming more normal. Let's talk about the mid-range market, which is roughly $400,000 to $800,000. This is where most buyers and sellers are active. In February, price per square foot averaged around $320 to $335. Homes sold in about 45 to 60 days. Buyer activity remained steady, but more selective. Here's the key shift. Buyers are no longer rushing. They're taking time to compare options, evaluate condition, negotiate more carefully. And that means something very important for sellers. Pricing matters more than ever. The homes that are well prepared, properly priced, and thoughtfully marketed are still selling. But the homes that miss the mark, they're sitting longer. This is a strategy market. It's not just a listing market. Now, let's look at the luxury market, typically $1 million and above. In February, we saw continued steady sales in the $1 to $2 million range. Longer market times, often 50 to 70 plus days, and strong activity in areas like Granite Bay, El Dorado Hills, Sierra Oaks, and East Sacramento. Luxury buyers right now are intentional. They're not reacting to the market. They're making long-term decisions, and they're prioritizing quality layout, lifestyle, and long-term livability. We're also seeing continued demand for single-story living, multi-generational homes, and properties that can serve as long-term residences. So while the luxury market isn't fast-paced, it is still very active, just more thoughtful. Here are the three things I'm watching closely right now. Inventory's increasing. More listings are coming to the market, especially as we move into spring. Buyers are gaining leverage, not dramatically, but enough to negotiate, ask for concessions, and take more time. And the market seems to be stabilizing. We're no longer in extremes. This is a measured, steady market. For buyers, you have more opportunity right now than you've had in years. You can be selective, negotiate, move with intention. And for sellers, this is where experience matters. Success today requires strategic pricing, strong presentation, clear positioning. The market will reward preparation and expose the shortcuts. So as we move through March 2026, the Sacramento market is not slowing down. It's settling into a more balanced, thoughtful pace. And that creates opportunity for both buyers and sellers when approached correctly. I do want to say a quick word about interest rates. I believe today they're sitting for the 30-year fixed mortgage at approximately 6.22% annual percentage rate. That's slightly up from last week. So thank you for joining me for this month's Market Insight. Until next time, clarity, strategy, thoughtful execution. Until next time, thank you for listening to the Thoughtful Realtor in Sacramento, where thoughtful guidance and local expertise support your most important real estate decisions. If you found this episode valuable, please like, subscribe on your favorite platform, whether Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube, and share it with a friend. I appreciate you being here. Clarity, strategy, thoughtful execution.